heard us say this before, you've heard the governor say it, there cannot be the most significant threat to Texas is clearly an unsecured international border with Mexico. It's the most significant public safety and homeland security threat. It's allowed Mexican cartels to evolve and become the most dangerous, most violent, most brutal criminal organizations in the world. They dominate the drug and human trafficking market throughout the United States. And if you have a fentanyl problem in Iowa, you have one in Oklahoma, you have a border problem. That's exactly what's been going on. The governor's taken us, the state's spent a lot of money over the years in terms of how we can provide direct support to the brave men and women of the U.S. Border Patrol to be able to support their mission. What the governor's done now, though, is taken us from a reactive position and put us in a proactive position and a preventive position. So no more in terms of detection, interdiction, okay, and seizure and apprehension. The focus is prevention from the start and leaning forward in that regard. To that end, he's formulated a plan that has all the border basics, including infrastructure, personnel, capabilities, technology, and doctrine that can secure the Texas-Mexico border. And unfortunately, the state of Texas has made it very clear, and the governor's made it very clear, we can't wait for Washington to do it. We don't need their permission to protect Texas. It's the bottom line. And we're forced, we're blessed the fact that the governor's leaned forward on this particular issue. And Governor, thank you on behalf of the men and women of the Department of Public Safety, the state of Texas, for all you do for public safety, and for those people that in the law enforcement profession. It means a lot that you care, and so does the state legislature. And I know these governors feel the same way. And so we're proud to stand with you today, and thank you for all you do, and thank you for sending troopers down here and resources. We appreciate that. We know that by putting them here, we've been able to protect your state, and I know you care deeply about protecting your citizens from harm, and God bless you. And Governor, that's all my remarks.
Thank you. Next we have Brandon Judd, the president of the Border Patrol Council.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. Governors, thank you. Thank you. I can tell you that law enforcement greatly appreciates the work these men and women are doing. Sure would have been nice if we could have had just as many Democrat governors as well to discuss this issue. We have to have an honest conversation. Criminal cartels listen to actions. They don't care about words. And the actions of the Biden administration is very clear. If you cross the border illegally, you will be rewarded. And that's what this administration is doing. So as they give lip service to an issue, as they say the borders are closed, their actions clearly demonstrate otherwise. If we continue to reward criminality, if we continue to reward people for crossing the borders illegally, people are going to continue to come. It's interesting, we always say we shouldn't recreate the wheel. President Biden has the blueprints. President Trump did, in fact, create the wheel. He showed what needs to be done in order to control illegal immigration. If we can control illegal immigration, we can then go after the profits of the cartels. We can cut down on the drugs that are going to these states that are killing so many of our children, of our family members. If we can't do that, the cartels will continue to control everything that is happening on the border. President Biden has a responsibility to the citizens of this great nation to do what's right by them, not by the cartels. Do not allow the cartels to make the profits that they are making, which, by the way, is over $400 million every month in illegal alien smuggling. That does not count the drug smuggling. Over $400 million a month. That's an astronomical number. There's a reason that they're in that business, in the illegal business. Again, I want to thank the governors. I feel for you. I feel for what you have to deal with in your states, with your families, with your family members, simply because we don't have the policies that does not cost the taxpayer a cent. If you ask me, do we need more resources? We do. Do we need more infrastructure? Yes. Technology? Yes. But it must start with policy. Policy will allow us to get this under control, and then we can look at what needs to be done after that. Governor Abbott's leadership on this issue has been fantastic. Law enforcement is grateful to him for what he's been doing to help us try to get this issue under control. But without President Biden, we're going to continue to talk about this year in, year out. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.